The most successful entrepreneurs, athletes, and people in this world all have multiple personality disorder. And the best thing is, they weren't even born with it. No, they developed it. Let me explain. Being able to tap into different personalities using certain rituals is going to allow you to be perfect at the 4 modes of hustle.
Now the first mode is hustle mode. This mode is ideal for productivity and for some deep work. So if you want to channel your inner Gary Vee, then listen up, because the first thing you want to do is reach clarity. If your room isn't clean, clean it up. Make sure there's no distractions, no clutter, so your mind is free. But if you want to specifically target your mind, do stuff like journaling. If you do a brain dump in the morning and let go of all these thoughts in your mind, you're going to be able to focus on one thing much better. Now the thing is, if you work late in the day, usually you're going to have a lot of baggage from throughout the day and a lot less willpower. So make sure you get your deep work done very first thing in the morning when your mind is still fresh and clear. And you're going to slip into that mode very easily. Now you need to have a desk set up. I know some of you may think, oh no, I can work in my bed, it's totally fine, it's totally comfortable, but no. You need to have a specific environment that's only for working. Otherwise, you're not going to associate that with working. Your bed is supposed to be for sleep. So make sure you have a desk setup. If you have a PC, that's totally great. If you only have a notebook or an iPad or something else, that's totally fine as well. Just make sure you have a designated place. Make sure it's nice and ergonomic, so you have a nice chair that's comfortable to sit in. Make sure the height of your monitor or your laptop is around the same height of your eyes, so you don't mess up your posture completely. Don't have your phone on your desk, and you can maybe even have some plants on your desk, which are shown to make you more creative and more productive. Now using music, you can slip into the state even better. Now there are so many songs on YouTube or Spotify that you can use to become more productive. Just search music for deep work or music for thinking, something like that helps you focus, but nothing with lyrics because it's going to be too distracting. Now you can even use nootropics. Now, nootropics are natural components that actually alter our brain structure and they help us slip into different states. So for example, something like Noopept or Alpha GPC, Huperzine A, and many more nootropics can help us feel more energized, more focused, and generally just feel different, so we slip into the state. Now, there are also smart drugs. Smart drugs include, for example, Adderall, modafinil, or the different racetams like phenylpiracetam. But we recommend staying away from those unless a medical professional recommends you to take those and you specifically need those. They're more risky than nootropics and you don't want to dabble too much with drugs, obviously. Don't do drugs, kids. It's not good for you.
Alright, handsome lads, it is time to put on your thinker glasses and if you have one, a thinker hat, because the next mode is thinking. One method of getting into this thinker mode, increasing your creativity and thinking deeply about some things, is actually going on walks. This has been proven time and time and time again. Go on a walk every day, 20 minutes is enough, and you get your brain into this thinking mode. Whilst walking, you can either just listen to nature, which is going to give you a little boost of that creativity, or some inspiring music. This also works. I myself like both. Sometimes you want to do one, sometimes the other, because both get you in a different mode of thinking, but both are very effective. Now, the next one, controversial, but lots of studies on this one, microdosing. Microdosing is basically taking a teeny tiny dose of a psychedelic like LSD or mushrooms. So anything like 10 to 20 UG would be good for a microdose, to then feel more creative and deeper thinking for the rest of the day. Yes, there are some studies that show that microdosing doesn't seem to be much different from the placebo, at least when it comes to mood lifts. But it does still alter the way that you think, and your neuroplasticity is on another level. This is very controversial, don't do anything dangerous or illegal, and we do not recommend the use of drugs. However, it might be something worth considering. Next up, we have the guided meditations. There are lots of guided meditations actually for gratitude or creativity. You can do those just laying down in the morning, evening, afternoon, whenever you want to enter that deeper thinking mode. If you need some deep thinking in the afternoon, just simply do that routine. Go on a walk, come back, and then listen to some meditation. And boy oh boy, will you be a straight thinker.
Now let's start with beast mode. This is ideal for exercise. Any type of exercise, any type of strong, masculine, sweaty, strong, man, you know what I mean. Now I'm going to give you the one routine that I use every single time I go to the gym. And it all starts with me putting on my gym clothing, obviously. Now usually what I do is I listen to some music or I watch a vlog from the Trent Twins or Alex Eubank, just any bodybuilder, or something maybe from David Goggins, just anyone who really inspires me to become better. And that really allows me to tap into that mode very easily. Now music is a very important factor when it comes to this. Music, we basically mention this in every other point because it's so powerful in altering the way you feel. And it's the same for the gym. I actually have multiple gym playlists for certain moods. I have one for warming up, one for the peak, and I have one for the very end of my workout when I just feel so drained and I need that extra bit of motivation. So you can be really creative with this. Usually I listen to funk music on the way to the gym. Sometimes I'm blasting some pre-workout, and boy, I'm usually screaming in the car, going completely bonkers, just going, ah! Woo, that's some crazy stuff. Now, pre-workout is also a very good way to get into that mood because obviously it gives you more energy. But the thing is, I wouldn't recommend it. Obviously, if you take it every single time, you're going to develop a very high tolerance and ain't too healthy. So I recommend having a light meal before, maybe something with a lot of carbs, because that is the natural pre-workout. And it's going to make you feel much better than taking some really high stimulant booster that's just going to make you spike and then crash right afterwards. So try it out.
And now it's time to finally get social. You probably know this. You're on your way to a social event, but you're not quite feeling the vibe, right? You're sort of feeling like, I just kind of want to be at home right now. Just kind of can't be asked. In this case, you can use some visualization to get yourself into the right mindset. Just take a second on your way to the event, visualizing yourself being there, talking to people, and very important, when you visualize, focus on your 5 senses, okay? Have some proper converse with the people in your mind, and then focus on how you see them, the way you feel, well, that's not really a sense, but also pop that in there as well, your sense of smell and so on. You want to make it as realistic for your brain as possible, because actually studies show that your brain can't really tell the difference between the real world and the visualization. It's going to make your brain think that you're already there, which obviously makes a huge difference. Imagine you go there and you feel like you've already been there for quite a while. You're going to have that momentum already. Speaking of momentum, let's get into social momentum. On your way there, you can actually talk to some people. It doesn't need to be huge, elaborate conversations. It can literally just be something like, excuse me, do you know where the next Tesco's is? This is literally just about talking to some people to get your brain into this mode of, oh right, I can talk to people. I'm no longer alone. I am now social. Once you've built the social momentum, you'll automatically be more social at the party. And let's be honest, we all hate being at a party, not really talking to people, not enjoying ourselves. And now, the absolute ultimate trick is to actually simulate a social environment. Lewis and I used to do this all the time before we went clubbing. We'd be at my place, just put on some loud D&B playlists, and then we would just rave at my place. By the time we got to the club, we'd be totally in the mood, ready to dance. And since we had already unpacked our dance moves at home, it wasn't weird going to the club and then doing it there. We were just instantly in the flow, right there, dancing. See ya.
If you enjoyed this banging episode of Pablo's Pill, you might like this one as well. We'll see you there.